Hello, welcome back to Be Happy. So what I want to do here is I'm going to actually organise things properly now. I've thought several times about exactly how I'm going to do this, and I got to, and you recall in the previous episode I got to kind of start where I thought I'm going to use this and try and somehow sort stuff through this chest, right? And that is what I'm going to do. Alright, but I need to just get rid of some of this extra stuff I've got on me. Yeah, I'm just going to put the databases in here for now. Obviously, I want to put them on lab stands at some point. Buckets don't need. And stack these up. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just want to. No, I didn't mean to do that. I always keep the quest book on me. But yeah, basically, I really want to organise it, and I've basically decided, well, I can't really use the books to organise. It's not really going to help me in any meaningful way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at. All right, let's seeing as I'm using this for all this stuff, let's just take all this out. Okay, as much as we can anyway. So I want to put brainy, obviously, right, when it comes to this, let's just check out the brainy one again. So that goes to, so brainy is the endpoint, isn't it? Yeah, for the rotten flesh. And I may actually want this be itself, but that's not, so that is the endpoint, so that's a good place to start. That's going to need skulking and pupil. Skulking can be, and this is going to be like, basically, anything over 5 pages, I'm going to define as an anchor B. So, for instance, if you look at diligent, and it's quite arbitrary, but that's got 8 pages. You look at cultivated, and I only just decided that literally when I looked at it, but it's actually a very, see, that's got 9 pages. So that's going to be an anchor B. So that's not going to go in any of the specific chests. So I'll keep all the anchor Bs in the same place, right? So the first thing I want to do then is I want to decide where I'm going to put all of these bees that, and we're going to try. Okay, this chest looks good. All right, so we're going to have brainy in there, brainy in there, brainy in there, and we're going to look. So we're just going to have a little row here, maybe at the bottom, just for now, just because it'd be easy to do it. The ghastly is there. So it probably would make sense to have skulking in here as well, actually, wouldn't it? So we'll say anything below the skulking. We'll just slightly append that. So yeah, so the skulking has got 5 pages, right? So if we just say anything below the skulking, all right. So anything that is going to be used. So yeah. So modest and eldritch. If we look at modest, we can see that's anchor. Eldritch is going to be anchor as well, right? So from that point, oh no, eldritch actually isn't. Well, should I make it one lower then? Maybe I'll make it one lower. I'll make it 3 pages or less. 3 pages or less. So no, less than 4, less than 4. So Eldritch is an anchor B, but Eldritch is going to be the lowest sort of anchor B there is. All right, so there's going to be certain. So anything with less than 4 pages is not an anchor B. So 4 pages and above, anchor B. In terms of the usages, that's what I'm trying to. That's the sort of message I'm trying to get across here, and I think this will work out very, very nicely. This I don't actually believe. Does the earth then come from the same place? Okay. So the earth. Now, what about ethereal? Let's have a look at that. That's what's 6, so that's going to be an anchor B as well. Okay. So let's make a chest for. Okay. So let's So the Gelid. If we look at Gelid. I wonder what the pathway for the Gelid is. Blizzy and Icy. That's Skulking and Wintry. Okay, so when we look at this, we're going to want to go one above. We're going to basically take anything that is above the anchor B. So we look at the anchor B here, and we'll take anything that is above. Right, this is a little bit arbitrary what I'm saying, but it's sort of like. It's very hard to do this, so it's not such a bad idea. And as long as I stick to the rules that I've just set out, it should be okay. So yeah, so like I said, what we can do is we're not going to put the skulking in there, but anything the skulking is going to create, like the big bad, for instance, or the ghastly. We can't use ethereal. If there's another anchor bee there, we can't use it. So we want the ghastly, the big bad, the spidery, the smouldering, the batty, beefy, brainy, and the poultry, which we don't actually... Oh, I didn't even realise that was there. Yeah, but I don't know if I can use that stuff yet. Let me just... I just wanted to check that. So like I said, it's going to be very based on organisation, but in the same time, it will actually be easy. It only does this stuff, which I'm not sure about yet. But anyway, and the blizzy and the porcine. I want to say porcine, 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 porcine. It could be either any of those four, really. Porcine. Porcine, I like. It seems better, but I don't know. It depends. It depends, really. So yeah, so I need to ask myself the question: do I have any of these bees that are? Do I have any more smouldering? Do I have any of these? So it's going to be quite easy. The brainy obviously is going to go over to here, and we're going to gradually take out. So what we could do is we could sort of do a little swap here, couldn't we? Charmed and enchanted. Well, let's look at charmed and enchanted. So we need to do. Are there under 4 pages of usage for these? No. No, wait, it says usages for the charmed. There's only 1 page, so this is not an anchor bee. And then we have to say, what is the highest level we can get to? What are the usages for... Okay, so we're not going to include supernatural as an anchor. It's pretty close, but we're not going to include it because it's 3 pages. I'm not changing it now. So we're going to want to do all these bees up to the high level. Alright, so that's okay, that's good, that's good. And then we're going to start with charmed and enchanted. Charmed and eldritch is an anchor, so we won't include that. And we're just going to ignore what happens before that. Okay, so we're going to want this chest then to be charmed and enchanted. So we've got enchanted and charmed. And then we saw, didn't we, that this is actually, from here we go to the supernatural and we go to the enchanted, which is going to go to the supernatural, and then we've got earthen. You see, I already know, for instance, I know this is not going to have more than 3 pages, for instance. Yeah. So we'll go for chaotic fire. We haven't got a lot of these yet, actually, but the windy, for instance, can go in here. You see, this will actually help me to get the ones I actually want. So the skulking, and how many pages does that have? It had 5. So that is the skulking is an anchor bee. So I don't want the skulking in here, and it's not in there. Good. The gelid is fine in here. You see, the way to do this is to work backwards from the most advanced bees that I have to the least advanced. Okay. And the ghastly is there as well. Alright, so there's not much we can do here. Alright, but it looks like, but this is going to be a good technique, I think. I think this is going to work very, very nicely. And we're going to get some real organisational structure on it. And you see, once I get the organisational structure, you see, this is the mistake I made before, right? I went straight for this thing, and you see, this is not really what I wanted to go for. The skulking is an anchor, so I'm not going to use it. But I want to populate it now with stuff from here, if I've got anything, that is. So yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be quite easy to... Alright, so we've got some windies here. And we're going to have some blizzies as well. So we can use this as well as a sort of a change around point. The electrum we're not going to want here. And that's about it. Oh no, chaotic. Where does chaotic come from? It comes from the supernatural. So we saw that the supernatural comes from the charmed and enchanted line. So we are going to want that chaotic as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is, to be honest, I've been racking my brains trying to think how the fuck I'm going to do this. And this is actually working out quite nicely. So this, like I say, is going to be the windy stuff. We're going to want to take out all the stuff we don't want in here though. I'm just going to put it in that chest for now, because it's obviously a good place to... Emerald. The stained is not in the same place. Imperial's not in the same place. Nor is the Invar. The aluminum, no. Windy, we're going to need earth and stained, no. Okay. Good. I'm getting that for some reason. Alright, so the windy and the earthen are going to go in here. And the skulking, you see, because skulking, like I say, is an anchor bee. And we looked at smouldering, didn't I? Smouldering, I think, may even be an anchor bee. No. Good. Alright, awesome. Okay.